She works late every single night. She always avoided the wet alley, but tonight the rain made her take it anyway. A relentless rain hammered the city, turning the streets into shallow rivers. Tonight, her usual long, safe route home was completely flooded, impassable. So, with a deep breath and a growing sense of dread, she chose to shortcut the dark, narrow alley she had consciously avoided every other night of her life. The air grew thick and heavy. As she stepped into the gloom, the city as replaced by the oppressive drumming of rain on corrugated iron and the slick sound of her own hurried steps. Her footsteps echoed off the damp brick walls, each one sounding unnaturally loud in the confined space her breath hitched, quickening as her primal fear began to prickle at the back of her neck. Was that another set of footsteps, just out of sync with her own? The unsettling thought made her heart pound against her ribs. "Stop thinking like that," she whispered to herself, the words barely audible over the downpour. But the feeling persisted, an undeniable certainty that something was watching her from the impenetrable shadows. A distant, heavy breath seemed to join the rhythm of the rain, followed by the faint splash of a puddle that wasn't hers. She strained her ears, trying to isolate any sound that didn't belong to her or the storm. She couldn't hear any distinct footsteps other than her own, yet the wet ground was far from quiet. A chilling realization washed over her. Every step she took, leaving a clear imprint in the grimy water, a new footprint would appear just behind her as if materializing out of thin air. They weren't hers. They were larger, deeper, and followed her with an impossible, silent precision. Summoning a surge of courage, she spun around, her eyes darting into the darkness she had just passed. There was nothing, just the rain-slicked walls and the empty stretch of alley behind her. A wave of relief, cold and fleeting, washed over her, but then she looked down. The puddles at her feet began to ripple, not from the falling rain, but from something else. The disturbance was too large, too deliberate. She caught a glimpse of a towering silhouette moving just at the edge of her vision, a shape that blocked out the faint light from the street, too tall and too thin to be human. Panic seized her. She turned and ran, her feet slipping on the slick pavement. But the alley seemed to stretch on forever, and a new sound joined the symphony of the storm, a whisper carried on the wind, echoing her name. It was right behind her, so close she could feel the cold breath of the words against her neck. "You didn't need to come. This way."